Hello everyone, and in today we continue learning the lesson on C, right? With the topic we are family, and in this video we are gonna learn the skill pronunciation, right? Yeah, and in today's lesson we need to clearly understand about how we use prefixes and suffixes, and we need to know that do we need to stress the syllable of prefixes and suffixes. Yeah. Okay, and now we have the first requirement like this. Now you need to underline the stress syllable. Yeah, we have these words, and you need to know which syllable we need to underline. So now I will give you 10 seconds, right, to think and recognize which syllable we need to underline. Yeah, we need to underline. Actually, if you want to have much more time, you can pause this video. So I think if I just give you 10 seconds, it is not enough for you, right, to think. Okay. Yeah. For the first word, jealous, right? Yeah. I think if you focus on listening to my pronunciation, so you can guess which syllable we should stress in the word jealous, right? Yeah. So let's see the syllable. Yeah, right? Jealous. Okay. And for the next word, ambitious, right? And for this word, we need to stress the second syllable. Ambitious. Okay, ambitious. And for this word, yeah, we need to stress the first syllable, right? Generous. Okay, generous. And next, for this word, we need to stress the first syllables as well. So, sociable, okay? And next word, for this word, you need to stress the second syllable, lime, okay? Reliable. And next word, yeah, and for this word, you need to stress the second syllable, spawn, okay? Responsible, okay? And for the next word, you need to stress the first syllable, okay? Sensible. Okay, and for the next word, for this word, yeah, and for the syllable, we need to stress pair, okay? Competitive. And for this word, yeah, you need to stress the first syllable, talkative, okay? And for this word, grass, right? Aggressive. Okay, good. And next word for this word, right? You need to stress the first syllable. Sensitive. Okay, so good. And for next word, for this word, right here, friend. Okay, for the second syllable, we need to stress, right? Friend. Okay. Unfriendly. Okay, and for this word, you need to stress the third syllable. Cure. Okay. Insecure, okay. And for the final words, you need to stress the second syllable. Pay, in person, okay. So now we need to listen and check again. Now I will play this audio. You need to listen carefully, and please help me know for the prefixes such as in and im, right? Do we need to stress? And also for the suffixes such as us, able, and if, do we need to stress? Okay. So I recommend you also need to shadow the pronunciation of the speakers to improve your pronunciation. So I think you can play this video for many times if you want. Yeah, by scrolling back the video, right, to listen again. Okay, now I will play this video.
1.10. 1. Jealous. Ambitious. Generous. 2. Sociable. Reliable. 3. Responsible. Sensible. 4. competitive, talkative, aggressive, sensitive. 5. Unfriendly, insecure, impatient.
Yes, we finished listening these audios. Now I think that you already have your conclusion, right? Yes, we can easily recognize that for only first list for suffix, right? Us, able, above, and if we do not need to stress, as well as for the prefixes, right? And in, in any words, we do not need to stress. Yeah, so remember about this. It is very important to have you can pronounce for every English word properly, right? Okay. And for next requirements, we need to practice saying the adjectives. So now I will, yes, show to you again the phonic, how we pronounce this adjective. Yeah, and I also type the meaning in Vietnamese to help you can easily understand the meanings of these words, as well as help you easily remember. Yes, after explaining the meaning of this adjective for you, I also show to you the example how we apply this adjective. Okay, for the first word, jealous. Yeah, for this word you can see this phonic, right? Yeah, jealous. You need to stress the first syllable, and here the meaning in Vietnamese. Jealous, it means feeling angry or unhappy because somebody you like or love is showing interest in somebody else. Yeah, of course, right? Yeah. And we have an example. Children often feel jealous when a new baby arrives. Yeah, in this sentence, you can understand that for any brother as well as sister, right? When they have a new babies in here, I mean, when they have a younger brother or younger sister, right? Yes, they often have this kind of feelings. They feel jealous, right? Because the parents care so much for the new baby and do not care them anymore. Yeah, it is a natural feeling, right? Okay. And for the next word, for this word, right? And you need to stress the second syllable, B, okay? Ambitious, yeah. Or you also can pronounce ambitious, depend on you. Yeah, and for this word, I prefer pronouncing ambitious as American pronunciation, right? Yeah. And for me, in your pronunciation, I do not care about British or American. Yeah, depend on the words, and as well as depend on the document resources, right? As you to learn in the past. So from with pronunciation, if I get you pronouncing, so I will pronounce like that. So just for this word, right? I pronounce ambitions, okay? And here the meaning in Vietnamese. I'm sorry, ambitious, yeah, ambitious. Ambitious, it means determined to be successful, rich, powerful, etc. And we have one example. They were very ambitious for their children. Yeah, this means they wanted their children, right, to be successful in the future. Yeah, and they, yes, like they have one kind of feelings. They quite confident, right, about their children as well. Okay, and for the next word, generous, right? For this word, you need to stress the first syllable. Yeah, okay, generous. And here, the meaning in Vietnamese. Generous, it means, right, kind in the way you treat people, willing to see what is good about somebody or something. Yeah, I think it is so good if you are generous, right? Or you also can do in another kind of meaning, such as about using the money. If you are generous, such as if you and your friend, right, go to the restaurant to eat the dinner. Yeah, you are generous. That means that you are willing to pay all of the cost, right? And you do not care so much your friends so please with you, do not split with you, right? Okay. And we have one example how we use the word generous for this meaning, right? he wrote a very generous assessment of my work. Yeah, so I think it is very lucky for you if you are working with this kind of manager, right? So at the end of the year, the manager will write a very generous assessment of your work. Yeah, it is really important, right, for your management assessment at the end of the year, because that will decide your next salaries as well as about your position, right, in next year. Okay. And for the next word, sociable, right? And for this word, you need to stress the first syllable. So, okay, sociable. Sociable, it means enjoying spending time with other people. Okay, we have an example. I'm not feeling very sociable this evening. Yeah, for this evening, it means that you do not enjoy, right, spending your time with other people, right, for talking or listening. But for other day, you was, right, you was sociable. It means that you like talking to them so much. But for this evening, due to self-less things, right, happened to you. So that's why you did not have that kind of emotion to talk and listen to your friends. Okay. And for the next word, reliable, right? For this word, you need to stress the second syllable, lie. Okay, reliable. Reliable, it means that can be trusted to do something well, that you can rely on. Okay, and we have an example. We are looking for someone who is reliable and hardworking. Yeah, if you are manager, right? Yes. So I think in finding the new staff, right, new employees, you really cares about this kind of personalities, right? You will prefer for employees who are reliable and hardworking, because with the people, they can create much more value for the companies. And when you assign any work for them, you believe, right, they can finish well as on right time for you. Okay. And for the next word, responsible, right? And for this word, you need to stress the second syllable. You can see spawn. Yeah, spawn. Yeah. Responsible. Okay. Responsible is mean having the job or duty of doing something or taking care of somebody or something, so that you may be blamed if something goes wrong, because you are responsible for it, right? For doing that job. So if that jobs enough implement this as requirements, right? Of course, other people will blame, right, for you. Okay, and we have an example. I am responsible for designing the entire project, because you are a manager, so that's why you are responsible, right, for designing the entire project, and you cannot assign this job for other people, right? Okay. And for the next word, sensible. And for this word, you need to stress the first syllable, right? Sen. Okay, sensible. And here, the meaning in Vietnamese. Sensible, right? Yeah, people and their behavior is mean able to make good judgments based on reason and experience rather than emotion. Yeah, sensible, it is the same meaning with the words, right? Practical. Okay. We have an example like this. I think that's a very sensible idea. Yeah, for this idea, right, is suitable with reality and also with experience of many people, right? And we can realize this idea in the facts. Yeah, so that's why we use this sentence, right? I think that's a very sensible idea. Yeah, so we should consider about that idea, right? And let make that idea become real. Yeah, become realistic. Okay, become realistic. And we have the next word, right? For this word, you need to stress the second syllable pair. Okay, competitive. Yeah, and here the meaning in Vietnamese. Competitive, it means used to describe a situation in which people or organizations compete against each other. And we have one example. The company has succeeded in the highly competitive industries. Yes, through this sentence, right? We appreciate the board management of these companies, because, right? this company has succeeded in a highly competitive industries. In this industry, right, has many strong companies, yeah, right, with good management, yes. But this companies has succeeded in this highly competitive industry, right? They still can find out much more customer than other companies, and also can earn much more benefits. So that's why this company has succeeded. Okay. And for the next words, I want to explain the meaning for you. The words are talkative. And for this word, right, you need to stress the first syllable talk, talkative. Yeah, talkative, it means liking to talk a lot, just like to talk, right? And usually if you are talkative, it is not good. It means that you like talking so much and you do not care about your partner emotion, right? Even though at the time you really want to talk or say that story, but you do not listen and you just talk and just talk, okay? And we have one example. She was in a talkative mood. Yeah, so through this sentence, you understand, right? At that moment, yeah, because for this woman, right, in a talkative mood, so she talked so a lot, right? She talked so a lot and didn't listen other people, right? Yeah, but perhaps in other days, if she's not in a talkative mood, so she did not talk much. But for right now, yeah, because she was in a talkative mood, so that's why she talked so much about herself. Yeah, and she just talk and just say about her life, right? For all her friends, even though all the friends really want to say their life or their story as well, but she didn't listen. Yeah. And we have the next word, aggressive, right? For this word, you need to stress the second syllable, grass. Okay, aggressive. Yeah, and this see the meaning in Vietnamese. Aggressive, it means angry and behaving in a threatening way, ready to attack, right? Yeah, it is so dangerous if you make friends with the people who are so aggressive. Yeah, it is so dangerous for you. Yeah. And we have an example. She warned that her dog was aggressive towards strangers. Yeah. So it means that there are several friends, right, wanted to visit her house at the weekend, and she was right that her dogs were aggressive towards strangers. So if you come to my house, you should be careful. Okay. And for the next word, sensitive. For this word, you need to stress the first syllable, right? Sensitive. Okay. Sensitive is means aware of and able to understand other people and their feelings. And we have one example. She is very sensitive to other people's feelings. Yeah, I think if you are sensitive, uh, it is good for you, and it is also harmful for you. It is good for you, I think, in several situations, right? If you are sensitive, you easily, right, recognize about your partner's feeling just through the gestures, right? The gesture on their face or on their hands, yeah, something like that. So you can know about their feelings, and you also change about the words how you talk to them, right? Or you also change about your behaviors. As long as you do that, you can get a good feelings from them, right? Yeah, so you can um, get your desires for those talkings or for those negotiation. But in the case, I think you are so sensitive. It is not good that for some people, right? They are so straightforward. So if they talk to them, perhaps they use several kind of words. I consider that for these words are quite rude. Yeah, so you feel impolite, right? And you do not want to listen. So if you are sensitive, so for the words that can damage you, damage your emotion, yeah, makes you feel angry with those people, right? So leads to you break the relationship, yeah. So depend on situation, right? Okay, and we have one examples like this, right? She is very sensitive to others people's feelings. Yes, for this we cannot say that we appreciate about her personalities, yeah, or not, right? Yeah, but depend about her response, right? So we can appreciate about this kind of characteristics or not sensitive, right? Yeah. So anyways, you can know that for the word sensitive could be positive or negative. Okay, could be positive or negative and depend on the situation. And for the next word, unfriendly. Yeah, and for this word, we need to stress the second syllable, right? Friend. Okay, unfriendly. Unfriendly, it means not kind or pleasant to somebody. And we have on example, there's no need to be so unfriendly towards them. Yeah, I think if you use this sentence to talk to other people, anyways, you are quite friendly. So that's why you use this sentence to say with your friends, right? So let's imagine that your groups, right, meet other groups to discuss about something, right? And for your partners, yeah, they do not listen opinions from your groups, right? And they do not accept the requirements from your groups, right? So that's why several members of your groups feel so angry, yeah, and had the kind of feelings that so unfriendly to them, right? So because there's feelings is not good, so can break the relationship, right, and destroy the business. So that's why you remind your friend there's no need to be so unfriendly towards them. Okay. And for the next word, insecure, and for this word you need to stress the third syllable, right? Cure, insecure, okay? Insecure is mean not confident about yourself or your relationship with other people. Yeah, and we have an example. He's very insecure about his appearance, right? So for this boys, right, he doesn't think he's handsome, right? So that's why he's very insecure about his appearance. And I also want to ask you that how do you think about your appearance? As you're proud of, about your appearance, do you feel simple about it? Yeah. So please share to us. And for me, yeah, I'm not so proud of about my appearance, and I'm not shameful about my appearance. It is normal. I think that I'm not handsome and I'm not ugly as well. Yeah, it is acceptable. Yeah, acceptable. I think so. Okay, and for the next word, in person, right? And for this word, we need to stress the second syllable pay. Okay, in person. In person, and here the meaning in Vietnamese. Okay, in person it means wanting to do something soon, wanting something to happen soon. Yeah, so I think it is not so good for your career as well as for your life if you have this kind of personality. If you are impatient, yeah. And we have an example how we use the word impatient like this. She was clearly impatient to leave. Yeah, so we understand, right? She wanted to live immediately, right? And she could not wait anymore. Okay. And here's the homework for you. It is really important. Yeah, in my opinion, I think for the homework in learning English, it is really important. You should to finish. You should finish all of the homework so you can improve quickly your English. And for today's homework, you need to learn and can be able to explain the meanings of those adjectives in today's lesson, right? You can understand the meanings and can explain the meanings in English. And then please record the videos. Yeah, in my opinion, in learning English, I think record videos while you are speaking, it is really important. You will have the feeling that you are talking in front of many people, so you need to talk well, right? And of course, your emotion at the time it is not as normal. Yeah. So if you can control your emotion while talking, uh, so I think it will be really useful for you in the future. If for your job, right, requires you need to talk in front of many people in English or in Vietnamese as well. Okay, thanks for watching these videos and see you in next video. Bye bye.